Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Today is officially the National Random Acts of Kindness Day. And to help kick it off and maybe inspire you to have some ideas of what you can do in the Park City community to spread the kindness to family, friends, and complete strangers, I'm sitting down with new Parkite resident Katie Noble. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks for being here. So you wrote a really fun blog, 26 Acts of Kindness Park City style. And I think you had such creative ideas about things we can do in the community. But before we get to the specifics, why was this such an important topic for you?
At the time that I wrote it, and this is a little bit of an older piece, it was right after the Sandy Hook shootings, and that really struck me in a profound way. And I think that it rings true today as well, in that when people are feeling disaffected, when they're feeling not listened to, when they're feeling ignored, people act out, they lash out. And I think one of the things that people can do is acknowledge your fellow person. And I think especially now in this era of everybody walking around looking at their phones, ignoring everyone around them, that even more people are feeling disaffected and they're not feeling
like they're
heard.
not being seen.
Exactly, they're not being seen, they're not being heard, and the only way they can be heard is to be outrageous. And a lot of times being outrageous happens online and being provocative, and then they feel like someone's finally paying attention to them. And I feel like if you take that into your day-to-day world and acknowledge people around you, say hello, look them in the eye, do something nice for them, it can really affect people in a very profound way, and you may even be able to prevent some sort of act of violence that happens out of somebody who's so enraged that no one's paying attention to them. So that was part of the impetus behind writing. Exactly.
And you wrote a really sweet piece, sort of the opening of it, saying that you were going through a personal situation, you're having a very bad day, and a woman just at Rite Aid gave you just a really warm, happy smile, and it changed your whole day.
Yeah, I mean, just something as small as that can make a huge difference to something like letting someone in front of you in traffic, maybe letting two cars in instead of only the one that you're supposed to be letting in.
Coming from New Englanders, that's so hard to do. It's so hard to do. But yes, it does. When people let me in, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the Park City way, right? When I moved here 12 years ago, people said hello. People waved out of their car. I lived in Rossi Hill, and people would stop you. They'd pet the dog. They would say hello, how are you? Or you knew the neighborhood, and really be embracing and welcoming. And I think that's the Park City way. It isn't the being aggressive on the ski slopes, being aggressive when you're driving, being aggressive when you're going out to dinner. I mean, all of that kind of aggro thing is something that should be left behind when you come to Park City. There's no reason for it. And I know we have some more stressors here than maybe we did 10, 20, 30 years ago, but that doesn't mean that you can't just take a moment and say, do I really need to be there, right away?
Well, and I think too, people that have been here for 10, 20 years have noticed that some of that Park City style and mentality seems to be dissipating a little bit, and I think part of the reason is because so many people are moving here from major cities, from the East Coast or from the West Coast, and they're bringing that mentality here, and they're saying, I want to be in Park City now to relax and have my mountain lifestyle, but I'm still going to be just as intense as I was. They can't shut it off.
Right.
And so I think it's a shame to see sort of what we loved about Park City and how friendly and what a small community it was start to sort of fade away. And I think this is such a great way to keep that Park City spirit alive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, things as simple as, let's say you're buying hand warmers for yourself. Buy a few extras, hand them out to people. If someone looks cold, give them a hand warmer.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the specifics, because these were cute. The hand warmer thing, I can't even tell you, working at the ski resort, how far that goes, just handing out free hand warmers. People, it's like gold to them on a cold, snowy day. You have some others, offer to go walk your neighbor's dog. If you're taking yours out for a hike, or you see someone, say, hey, I'll pick yours up too.
Yeah, and don't just offer. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, what can I do to help? Oh, you're sick, what can I do to help? Oh, what can I do to help? And
everyone says nothing.
No one is going to say, everyone's going to say nothing. So instead,
thank you for offering, but I'm fine.
Yeah, when we moved into our house, we had, it was a heck of a move. And somebody brought us over, they made fresh pulled pork sandwiches, and they brought us over a whole lunch. I mean, actually do the thing. Nobody is going to say, no, take the chicken soup back, I don't want it. Of course they want it. And even if they don't want it, someone else might want it. And so just to do those things, don't just offer. And that's a big deal. Like maybe be a free babysitter, be a free dog sitter, and don't do it because you're going to get some benefit. Like if you're handing handing out hand warmers. It doesn't need to have like your realtor logo all over it. Just hand out regular ones, because that
Park City,
cheapens.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, it cheapens the whole experience when you are going to benefit from it. And I'm not saying you don't do that.
They hand out everything and put their email address on it.
So, and full disclosure, I am one, but at the same time,
you don't put your logo on a hand warmer. You do it for the right reasons. Yes.
So, and it's just a matter of sitting back and saying, okay, what can I do for someone else today? It's not all about me. And the thing is, it comes back to you as well. They've actually done studies where they show that if your partner is depressed and you start doing things to support your partner, that you start feeling better, and your partner does too. If you go that extra mile, you send the text to an old friend, or there's so many things you can do.
And there's ways to connect each other. And you had so many cute ones, like again, take the neighbor, take the friend's dog out for a walk, offer to babysit for free when you see a mom that might be a little overwhelmed and just could use an afternoon off, buying a lift ticket for the person behind you so when they get to the window it's taken care of, letting people go ahead of you in traffic, just little things that you can do throughout the day that might really turn it around for someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, one of the things I've learned too, and I know you talked about it in this piece, you just never know what's going on behind the scenes with someone. And I think in Park City it's really easy for everything just to be great and it's fun and it's fine, but you never really know what's going on behind closed doors, and so I think that could make a huge difference for people.
It can make a huge difference. And speaking of behind closed doors, like if you bring something, if you've got like a lot of swag, let's say you got a lot of bath products or something from an event you went to, bring them to the Peace House. I mean, you can really make somebody's day that way. Just like self-care products in the Peace House is a great way to help somebody who's really been through a rough time, and just be thoughtful in your day. You can dedicate a song on KPCW to somebody who might be having a down day. I mean, and they'll do it too. I mean, it's great. You just call, they'll put it on the air, and it doesn't matter if you're resident, not a resident. It's those little things that I think we just really need to be mindful of in our day, and try to replace the aggressive behaviors that we're all guilty of, with things that are a little bit kinder and a little bit gentler and genuine, that come from the heart, not that have, an end result for you.
Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you. This was a pleasure.
Reminders and such a great idea, and I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
All right. Great. Well, this is officially National Random Acts of Kindness Day. Hopefully, Katie and I have given you some ideas to inspire you to look around and see where you could maybe brighten someone's day who needs it the most, and see what you can do to contribute to the community we all love to work and play. We're going to take a break here on the Mountain Morning Show and be back with much more. You're watching Park City Television.